Right, how about now? Are we getting
No echoes here.
duplicated audio again?
Sounds fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you froze for a little bit, but it's good now.
Okay.
Fine for me.
Okay. Well, I'll just let this go. This is more for us than viewers. Although if some people show up and enjoy it, great. It is tagged as Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know how much interest there is in that on Twitch, but
You'd be surprised at how many people are doing Dungeons and Dragons online and doing this right now.
yeah, I won't be surprised. I mean, I know there's some extremely successful ones, but I don't know how many people go and watch like
Yeah, I know.
more
I get
amateur streams. So,
I mean, since you have tabletop going, it makes it a little bit easier to watch.
yeah. I also added the Discord Discord overlay so we can see who's talking. Um, it may help to change your nickname in Discord, at least for this channel, to be your character's name. That's more for viewer experience.
Whoa,
than,
too technical, too technical.
It's called a right click, Frank.
That's super easy.
How do you do that? Oh, change nickname. Never mind. Cool. That's gonna make it a lot easier for me too. Because I forget your guys' names and I have to zoom in on your pieces of paper and.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. All right. Cool. I think in that case we are ready to play. And you know what? I'm not gonna give like a 20-minute recap right now of everything that's happened for the viewers.
Oh.
I guess they can kind of just pick it up organically. But we are in session 4 of the Tyranny of Dragons 5th edition adventure. We're near the end of chapter 1, so if you want to look up what that means, go right ahead. So we're marching Diabroth forward, and as you oh gosh, these models are not the correct scale. You're so small. Here, let's make you a little.
Enormous kobolds.
There. Yeah, I mean he is bigger than you. He's got a good couple feet, a foot or two on you. This is something else for those who weren't here last week. You did like a knowledge arcana on this guy, and he's not a dragonborn. He's looks a lot more vicious. Actually, his art is in Discord if you want to scroll up and look at it. But yeah, he looks more draconic, and in fact, he's a half dragon.
Oh boy.
He's got a spear out, but Diabroth, as you get closer, you can see that he also has a very large blade sheathed at his on his hip. I flipped to his page. You're sweating?
Oh, yeah, I'm a little burnt. It's a little intimidating.
Yeah. All right. He's like, interesting. Well, I was ready to insult you for a pathetic looking challenge, but this could be interesting. And he gives a motion. He's like, here, as a sign of good faith, I'm sick of hearing their cries anyway. The children are released, but the woman is one of the kobolds has like a knife to her throat. So whoever else, Sean, you've got control. If you want to grab these children and take them to safety. And as you get up close to him, some of the other kobolds close the circle. And they're all like jeering and like hurling insults and cheering for the big dragon.
I want to advance to the circle and cheer for Diabroth. Say, come on, guys, we gotta let him know he's not alone.
Yeah, same. Absolutely, I'll follow Zashar.
As you guys approach, he shouts out to you, he's like, it's fine if you watch, but you keep your distance.
Understood.
If I see so much as any kind of movement of hostility, this one here's got quite the trigger finger. I don't know if that's the word you would use, but the equivalent.
To be on the safe side, Imelda is going to curb even her words of hostility.
Okay.
I would assume he speaks Draconic and say, well, before we begin, I want to know the reason why you just attacked this town, the reason why you have these people as hostages.
He's like, maybe I'll share that if you manage to beat me. And he says, en garde, or the equivalent in Draconic. Roll initiative.
I think roll initiative is the way you say.
Yes.
Everybody?
Except it's pronounced initiative.
No, not everybody. If the circumstances require any of you to join combat, you can roll at that point.
All right.
Let's see. You're a little bit quiet, John.
I got an 8.
An 8. Okay. All right. So he actually takes a defensive stance, and he's like, "I'll give you a handicap. I'll let you take the first strike."
Hey, this guy's cocky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wise guy, huh?
Yep.
All right. Well, then I'm going to start by chucking a javelin straight at his chest.
Okay. So he did take the defensive action or whatever, so your attack is at disadvantage.
Yeah, the dodge action.
That's right. Dodge action.
All right.
So that means you roll twice and you take the lower result.
I roll 16.
16?
Yeah.
It flies true, and he knocks it away at the last second. He is wearing fairly heavy armor, by the way. He's got splint mail on.
All right.
Plus, I mean, his scales look pretty formidable as well. All right.
As my use item action, pull out my war, beckon him to come at me.
Okay, great. He does. He steps forward and he lunges at you with his spear. What's your armor class?
18.
18. All right. Yeah, you do your best to try and like deflect his blow, but there's just a lot of power behind it. It pierces through your armor.
Oh my god.
For for 10 damage.
Yikes.
Ouch.
And he moves pretty quick, but he only takes the one attack. Your turn.
Go Diabroth!
I wipe the blood from my coughing up blood, and I wipe it from my lip and take a swing with my warhammer.
Okay.
At disadvantage now, is it?
No, it's just regular.
Alright. 8.
8. he gives like a sigh of disappointment. He swings at you again. Oh, yeah, that's a miss. Yeah, he swung wide, but he he lunges and misses, and when you dodge it, he follows it up with the back of his spear, and he takes a shove action with his second attack. So he's going to make an athletics check on you, which you can counter with your athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
All right. I'll use that.
Okay.
11.
11? All right, yeah, he sweeps under your feet and you fall right on your back.
This isn't good. Well, on my back, I will use my breath weapon right now.
Sweet. Okay.
It's a dex save. 11 dex save.
Okay. DC 11 Dex. It hits him square in the chest.
My electric breath weapon hits him for 5 damage.
Okay. It looked cool.
You could probably use your movement this turn to stand up too.
You can.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you stand back up. And he chuckles and he's like, "I'll show you how that's done." And he unleashes a lightning breath on you. So dex save from you as well.
Oh my god. I rolled an 8.
Nope.
Yeah, that's
Mr. Rogue, you're very quiet.
Yeah, I know. I'm not speaking.
Oh,
Yeah, if somebody is speaking, or there's an echo, maybe.
It's nice knowing you guys.
Yeah, 22 damage.
Oh.
Oh man.
does that instantly kill him?
I'm instantly dead.
You go to 0. You might have like an extra wound or something.
What? You did 20 some damage?
You don't. There is no negative. There's no negative damage in 5th edition. You just go to 0, unless it's a huge amount.
That including John's resistance?
Oh, sorry, that is not including damage. So you actually take 11.
What?
Wow, that's better than 20.
Does that bring you to 0?
I'm definitely at 0.
Okay.
But you're not straight up dead.
Not until you coup de grace me.
He looks frustrated, and he's like, "I wanted more," and he like stabs. He stabs like your arm, and you lose a death save. And the woman behind him, she's like, "Enough. Let's go."
Yeah, I'm gonna try and step forward and see if he really wants more.
Okay.
I'll be like, I'll say if you wanna cross blades instead of those whatever those breath weapons were, or that lightning was, I'll take you on.
He looks back, and the woman like shakes her head, and he's like, "I'm sure we'll get the opportunity someday. Although, I recommend you don't even try." He pulls his spear out of Diabroth and starts walking away. And the kobold releases the woman.
Failed death save. I'm like dying right now.
Yes, you need to roll a death save right now. You have one failed save, and you need to make a roll right now.
First time possible, I'm gonna run up and try and do a medicine check on him.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't. They none of them prevent you or stop you from running up to him. Any of you who want to can run up to him.
Yeah, definitely.
What's your first death save result,
Couldn't hear you.
John? What's your first death save result?
Is it a D20?
You roll a d20 and it's just a 50-50. 11 or better is
Okay.
good. 10 or below is bad.
All right. Rolled a 19.
Okay, so that's one success, one failure, and then anyone who wants to can run up and either roll medicine, or if you're not very good at medicine, you could roll to aid somebody else to give them advantage. Or you don't have to roll for it.
I think I probably have the highest medicine score here, so give me a hand healing him, okay?
Remember that he has the potion on him, so we can just feed him the potion.
I'm happy to aid whoever is there, and I was close enough to get there right away.
Yeah, let me. Can you guys just aid me, and I'll make these at advantage, okay?
Okay.
All right, this will be Imelda's medicine skill. That will be a 20. Thanks to the damage.
Great. He's stabilized then.
Great.
As they all walk away, I do try and keep an eye on them, just to make sure that that whole group doesn't, make any plans to come back at us.
Sure. They get out of your 120-foot dark vision range and definitely seem to be leaving the town. They head out. Initially, they head out the main road to the east. You don't see where they go after that.
Okay. So they're on foot, or do they like get on mounts or anything?
They are all on foot that you've seen.
Well, I was going to say they aren't very tough without their dragon, but I suppose they proved that wrong.
We've got to get more powerful if we want to beat these people.
For certain.
Did it seem like you took orders from that woman?
It did. She seemed to be. She seemed, and she probably was speaking in Draconic, right?
She didn't say much, but she did talk to the dragon in Draconic. Yeah.
What did you say, Mike?
Earlier she had spoken to the dragon in Draconic. When she just spoke a little bit to him, it was in Common.
Okay.
I did see her the entire battle, more or less, and she seemed to be the one in charge on that whole side of things.
Oh wait, weren't those her kids and like her husband?
Husband was a guard.
No. We're talking about this woman here.
Did they kill her?
Oh, I thought
She
that
was hiding in the dark.
What did you say, Nick?
Yeah.
Are the hostages dead?
No.
I thought the woman who was captured told him to back off.
No. No, she didn't.
Oh, okay.
She would have been, crying out a few things here and there, but nothing significant like that.
Wait. So what happened to her?
Did they take that?
No. They released her. The kobold that had a blade to her neck, released her as they were walking away.
Okay.
Hey, don't mind me. I'm just going to each person on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, well, there's quite. I mean, once we're sure that they've gone, there's quite a lot of cleanup to do, as far as all the fallen people and bodies and stuff. We'll be here. We'll be busy most of the night, I guess.
Not to mention the fires, right? So, unfortunately, the night doesn't pass restfully just yet. You may or may not, or presumably aid in doing what you can to either put out some fires. Some of them are too far gone, and you just make sure that it's not going to spread to other buildings.
Right.
And there may even be some grim work of gathering up the fallen.
We'll let Zeal take care of that.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't just roll a nat 20 and my lowest roll was a 13.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah. So if anyone can beat a 13, they saw me do it for one of them. You're letting me do it, so cool.
Am I like passed out with 0 HP, or do I have 1 HP or something right now?
You have 0 HP at the moment. But when you all get back into the keep, Governor Nighthill offers you guys. He's like, "This was our last reserve, but it seems the threat is past. Please take them." And he gives you guys 4 more potions of cure wounds.
I'm going to be taking one of those since I didn't get one previously.
I'm good, so you guys take them.
Yeah, I'm less interested in this. I've given up on this filthy magic and need to arm myself like warriors.
I look at Zashar with a little bit of jealousy, but I feel the draw of that same magic a little bit more.
So who's going to end up taking these potions?
I'll take one.
Give one to Diabroth. He's earned it.
Yeah.
He has one on him.
Yeah, I do have one, but I currently can't drink anything. I'm unconscious.
Force feed him.
Yeah,
Yell from outside.
I'm gonna say I still think he's earned one.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Let's gently pour one down his throat and see if we can wake him up.
Can we make him lay hands on himself? Put his hands on his chest.
He can't do that once he's conscious.
But
he might have used those points already.
I think when he leveled up, he got what 5 more back or something like that.
Yeah, I have 5 more. 5 more HP I can cast. I also have 1 more spell I could use.
Well, I think it's worth it to get it back up anyways.
I can't go inside.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
get him up.
All right, so yeah, you guys give him administer a potion on him. It heals 2d4 plus 2. I can roll that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It heals you 8. So Diabroth, you're back up.
So that's 1 potion gone. We have 3 to split up. I took 1. Who takes the other 2?
Said I would take one.
Okay, Jay gets 1, and who takes the last?
I'll take it. If nobody else wants it, I'll take it. Otherwise, I'm not
Go
gonna
ahead.
fight anyone for it.
I have spells I can use to heal myself.
Alright, I'll snatch one off to the side.
I'm gonna look for weapons though.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I'd like to do an investigate check to try and find some gear that I need, as well as to just like search all of the many bodies in here for treasure.
Okay.
I am gonna cast.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll split up the duty of searching things for treasure and for weapons. I mean, I can't use most of it, but I can gladly salvage stuff that looks like you guys could.
Okay.
Great.
I didn't find anything. There's nothing on anybody.
I don't care about treasure. I'm just looking for a shield and I have a scimitar and a spear, so one-handed weapons are good.
And I'm trying to upgrade to some studded leather.
Okay. Let me see here. Frank, it's not hard at all for you with the time and with all the bodies about to find like a basic longsword amongst the fallen.
Okay.
Yeah, Melda, you're able to get some slightly used studded leather as well.
Great, works for me. Thank you.
How about a shield?
Like literally none of these guys were equipped with shields, but the word spreads that that's what you're like specifically looking for. The governor suggests speaking with their town like arms
Quartermaster?
arms and armor shop.
Yeah.
He's sure it was like ransacked, but a basic shield would probably still be in stock. He didn't look like they were going for those kind of like mundane arms. They were really looking for, like, what you can tell, they were raiding for coin and treasure.
Well, I'll go shopping later then. I'll be happy to purchase that.
I wonder if there's anything better than chainmail that I'm wearing at that armory.
Quite possibly. Well, I mean, who knows what state it's in. And he like worries for a second. He's like, no, at least that building wasn't on fire. So you guys spend some time with some basic cleanup, and eventually, once the like worst of the fires are like addressed, he suggests you sleep the night and reconvene in the morning. And they offer you, they demand that you take the nicest room in their inn, which incidentally, you discover is owned by the man and woman you saved when you first came in town, Linda and Kuth Swift, and their children.
Cool.
Does the rest of the caravan we were with come into town? Go back and
Yeah.
that guy with his crossbow?
They don't at this point, but if like one of you wanted to walk all the way out of town and try and find them, you might be able to give them the okay to come into town.
He's somebody with night vision.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I dash away.
Okay.
Where's my character?
Yeah, you know where you left them, and they kind of like went off the road a little bit to try and stay out of sight.
Zeshar will say he doesn't like being alone. He doesn't like being alone in the surface world. He's worried about being attacked by people.
Seriously, where'd my character go?
I don't know. Yeah, you find the caravan. You catch them up a little bit. Tell them that it's, I guess, safe to come in, and they do. So the night passes, and I'm going to switch the map to the not on fire version of this city.
Does it still have Doritos?
Well, we'll see.
Hank, are all of these things like made that like come with the campaign book when you get the campaign book?
No. This was fan made.
Okay.
And what I'm going to switch it to is going to be the like version that I actually started with. Like, it actually didn't have any characters or any of the fire effects. I added all of that.
I guess.
Wow, we're tiny.
Oh, now the people are normal size.
Yeah, I switched the fires over to a bit of smoke.
Oh yeah.
And here, I can do this for fun. The sun rises on a hopefully more peaceful day in Green Nest. It is now. Oh shit! What's the date? It's the holiday. What is it? First day of summer.
Oh yeah, the holiday everyone was waiting for.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is. Not midwinter. Oh yeah, green grass. The day in between Tarkash and Myrtle.
Myrtle.
And there's more townspeople about. I just threw a few on here. And I guess you're where would you like to do first in this new day?
So I'm assuming that you would have told us if we had found any money or anything.
Yeah, I didn't. I just
among
didn't.
all the things that we were searching last time.
Yeah, I didn't
Already
roll
on the
it.
map. We each get 20 gold and 3 copper.
plus whatever was from that last fight.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's based off of the loot on the that we'd recorded already. Yeah, I'll roll. You didn't kill actually that many more people in that final assault. There was like some kobolds.
Killed 3 kobolds and like 3 spear willows and I think 2 clothies.
Yeah.
And I sent you a message about that.
Okay.
So 20 gold each? And
Yeah,
how much?
20 gold, 3 copper right now is how it did it, or divides.
Okay.
Plus whatever those 5 guys had at the end. And maybe anything the town's governor gave us, because, I mean, you're alive. Yeah, I don't do this for free.
Here's the extra coin that you find. Let's see here. Looks like another 30. And yeah, Sean, I'll message you.
Okay.
Another 30 copper.
Okay, so that's 118.
Yeah. And 9 silver.
Okay, so 91. 2.
And I'm adding up multiple different rolls. So then there's also 26 silver, 8 gold, and 1 platinum.
26, so 120. Ooh, platinum.
So Char's not really interested in gold, but if you're splitting it up, he'll take whatever you guys are splitting up.
I'll redo the math on that. Because that platinum definitely boosted. Plus. Okay. 129 plus 12 plus 1.18 divided by 6. So everyone gets 23 gold and 69 copper, 60 or 70. Okay, so 23 gold, 7 silver, rounded up. You guys all heard that?
On top of the 20 gold before?
No. That's total. So you total. If you already did the 20, and
More.
yeah.
So it's just 3 GP more and some. Okay. So
It was
our total is going to be 23 and
23, 7 silver, 23 gold, 7 silver.
Tar certainly doesn't pay much attention as he pockets his share, almost like he's used to having more.
This is the most gold I've ever seen. How do I have gold on my characters?
There's a spot for it.
I was trying to add a potion to my character sheet, but I found the interface incredibly hard to use.
Sad.
Yeah, I just downloaded the PDF and I find the PDF super easy to use.
Yeah, I'm doing all this on paper anyway.
I still say a number. Let me find it.
Like, Mike, is it okay with you if I just like update the character sheet for stuff like equipment that actually affects my stats, but keep like pencil and paper inventory?
Absolutely, yeah.
Great.
Yeah, that's if I'm having issues with the online thing, I just don't worry about it.
I'm trying to think whoever. Paul.
If you want to add, your coin,
supervisor that works there. His number is 720-892-9554. And if he's not there, he would have Save's number.
yeah, I'm just gonna mute him while he's having a personal conversation. Okay. Yeah, if you want to manage your gold, though, on D&D Beyond, it's under the Equipment tab, and the currency is to the right, and you can click that and add or remove coin.
23 or 23. Or what do you say? 7 silver. Cool. Oh. Nice.
Well, yeah, I guess if we're all crashing at the inn later, Charlotte was commenting, he was like, just say, I was impressed with what I saw. We have a unique set of talents. And it
Might be unique, but if we want to get back at that bitch, we've got a long way to go.
I agree.
I feel a great deal of shame for failing in battle.
Failing? Are you kidding? You stood up to that beast.
Yeah, you saved that woman's life. I don't think she would consider you a failure.
Well, we're gonna need to get a lot stronger if we're gonna be able to fight toe to toe with that thing.
I'm just up on the roof of the inn, just chilling, watching you guys in the square.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know where you put your token.
I'm on the roof here.
Oh yeah.
I have to get stronger, so I don't have to rely on this cursed goddess. I want to be able to rely on my own strength, the way you warriors do.
Oh, I see. Our little chip things underneath us are gone.
Yeah, I didn't save them like that, so I'll have to redo that at some point.
Okay.
Although I did miss with the physics, and I think that it actually made it a little bit better. There's a setting where it makes objects at rest interact with stuff less. So I think that's better for them sitting in place, hopefully.
Mike, there's a question I had left over about the townspeople from last night.
Yeah.
Well, when we first got to that keep, I remember that dwarf, Escobar the Red, the fighter, was talking to an elf. But I don't recall what happened to that elf.
He stormed out of the keep after having an argument, which you only heard just the very last bit of, basically saying something to the effect of, I told you this was going to happen, and you did nothing to prepare for it.
Well, I'd like to talk to that guy, because he seems to have some knowledge that we're interested in.
Yeah, he left the keep, and you look around. If you want to specifically look for him,
yeah, that's the best lead I have.
Okay.
I'd like to help you with this venture. I'm also interested in what he was talking about.
Okay.
I'm going to go talk to the governor and show him my signet ring and my letter of nobility and see
Okay.
how
I'm gonna share this knowledge that I think I have from my background, because I was on my way to this place to investigate something called the Cult of the Dragon. We should have saw some dragon things last night. I don't really know much about them though. But somebody who was close to me recently died, and I was being with helping them.
I was also informed about the Cult of the Dragon and sent here.
These foes did seem very dragony. Perhaps while they research, Jay, if you could show me some of those, some of your fighting techniques. I was as interested in how to use the sword and shield.
All right, yeah, let's do some sparring out here.
I definitely want to talk to the governor about if there's anything else he can help us with, because last time it was kind of chaotic.
Okay. Well, we'll address these in turn. So first, it was Imelda, and who else was going to try and track down the elf?
Diabroth.
And Diabroth. You don't find the elf, but actually somebody related to that approaches you. A young man, human, he's limping, and he's like, his left leg is bandaged. It's this guy. I just used the same token as a previous thing, but it's this guy. He says, I was present in the keep last night. I was one of the injured who was watching from within, but I saw what you did for the town, and I wonder if you'd heard or had spoken to the elf who was here just before you arrived.
I'm so glad you asked because we're looking for him right now.
He's his name is Leosin. He's my master. Unfortunately, in the heat of battle, he appears to have gone missing. I fear the worst.
Oh no.
To
Do you
tell
have
you
any
the
idea where your
truth,
master might have gone? I mean, we saw him sort of storm out of the keep. I suppose that was probably something you saw too. Or were you in the keep at that time?
he was in the keep. He's able to defend himself. He's trained in the martial arts, but I fear he's gotten himself in danger. To tell you the truth, we came here to investigate the cult. We had a hunch that this was going to happen. In fact, we tried to alert the governor as such. I fear he may have tried to potentially infiltrate their ranks, or even worse, possibly was captured. He could have been taken back to wherever they're camping. I'd love to try and help, but in this condition, he points down to his leg. I just don't think there's anything I could do.
So you're saying that if we try and follow the tracks of that army, there's a good chance we're going to run into your master?
I know that was his goal. He told me as such. But I think he's in over his head. Even if he was maintaining anonymity, it's just too big of a risk to do that by yourself.
Well, we're all in a bit over our head here, it seems. But we're going to do our best to find your master, okay?
He thanks you profusely, and he also hands you two items. There's another reason I fear the worst, and he hands you a broken staff and like an ornamental choker. He's like, these are his, and they were found in the road on the outskirts of town.
I'm going to take charge of those for now.
Okay. By the way,
those are our key items.
he does tell you his name as well. His name's Nassim Waladra.
And he's a human?
He is human.
I could possibly help him with his injury. Maybe just give him a point for my lay on hands.
He would greatly appreciate that, but he's like, if you need to maintain your energy for the battle ahead, I'll be fine. Just only if you really can spare it.
I'm hoping that we'll have like a rest before our next battle, but
Didn't we say at the end? It's now the next day.
Yeah, you guys did have a long rest, so you're fully recharged. But yeah, who knows what all you'll do today.
Right.
right.
Time does seem to be of the essence. He would want the trail to go cold, although it was a huge force. Like any of you with survival skill would have little doubt that a force this large would be difficult to track. The real difficulty is how to pursue them safely, I guess, without them turning on you.
Acrobatics and stealth, I think I could follow them pretty well, but I don't know that yet.
Okay, well, Diabroth, unless you've got anything else to do in this encounter, I mean, maybe you want to heal, maybe you don't, but I think we should go and report this to our friends.
Okay.
I'll give him 1 point to my lay on hands.
Okay. He gives speaks a blessing that you're unfamiliar with, and thanks.
I bow to him and bid him farewell.
All right. Well, you guys were doing that. What was everyone else doing?
Jay and Zashar are sparring.
Okay.
I went to the governor to ask, well, I want to talk to him about something about the people that perished and see if there's anything else that he can provide us for our trek to kind of take revenge.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably a reasonably long conversation with the governor, actually. So as other people wrap up what they're doing, you're welcome to join. The governor says they need to find out more about who these raiders were. I mean, they didn't seem like just highwaymen, obviously. And he, for not only their sake, but the other towns in the area, they need to know what they're dealing with. He says they did get some information out of the two that you were able to capture. One of them gave some information about where their camp is located, but he said he's like unaffiliated with them. He was just a hired hand. The other one's been more tight-lipped, and they haven't been able to get anything out of him. And as far as something he could offer you or whatever, he says, I mean, really, I mean, you've done so much for them. But fortunately, the raiders made off with most of the town's wealth. They have he has some coin left, and he would gladly offer it. But he says, like, if he offers you a proposal, I guess if you could locate their camp, find out who they are, and even better yet, his like kind of face grows dark. They counted the dead and the survivors. There seems to be a few people missing, and he's worried that they didn't release all of their prisoners. And all that being said, he said he could offer each of you 250 gold in exchange for being able to get the people back and find out more information about these raiders.
Okay, well, Liason, that missing elf master, you and he were talking last night, weren't you?
That's right. He.
It seemed that he had some information about these raiders, and we're trying to know what he did.
He'd arrived about a week before you did, and he came to me, and he just like shaking his head. He pointed out that other towns in the area have reported these bandit attacks. I didn't take him seriously. We've dealt with bandits before, but so I didn't see it as anything out of the ordinary. But he was absolutely right. Our small militia was completely unprepared for this. But that's really all he said. He just said that they were bandits. He didn't tell us more. He said he wanted to stay in town in case something happened. And fortunately, we seem to have failed him, and hopefully he's not in danger.
Well, I think our current plan is to find out about exactly that.
Well,
About how many people died total?
townspeople. He says there were 8 men and women amongst the dead, and I think he says there's 3 people missing.
Okay. I'm gonna give 2 gold to each family member that lost somebody. Give them a blessing from Tyranny, the goddess of the moon.
How unexpected. They would very graciously accept that.
So that's 16 gold.
Zishar and Jay, where you're doing a little sparring, you do notice there's this man with his like just kind of leaning against this wall, arms crossed, watching your fight. And you do see a sign on this building, identifying it as like the blacksmith or like town armory.
Oh, nice. Might have to check it out after, but Jashar is like all focused on like trying to learn technique. But Jay, you notice right off the bat that he is like way too like you know quick to get frustrated and like he doesn't have a lot of patience.
Definitely enjoying the show, watching these two spar.
I'll be like, you gotta wait for your moment to strike. Watch your footwork.
Your feet, but it's the sword that deals the killing blow. Why is all this instruction about feet and body? It's the blade that does the killing. I don't understand.
I'll say some more fiery things in the fight.
Why don't you see if you can succeed on an attack roll on Jay?
All right. So I got a +5, and I will roll. I rolled a 14, so +5 is 19.
Oh, yeah, that hits me.
We won't roll any damage. You hold your blade back.
So yeah, again, he like gets so angry and frustrated that he like manages to land the blow by like flailing so aggressively.
I want to go to the families of the fallen and give them my blessings and promise them swift justice to those that have wronged them.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You can add to it.
It wasn't with them, but it looks like we've broken up with the dwarf, the governor. But I'd like to get description. Make sure we have descriptions of the 3 missing people, and we don't need to get it out of you right now. But just I want to make sure we have descriptions of them.
Very good. Yes, you make note of their names and description. I don't have it ready at hand, but you get that.
That's fine. Great.
Cool.
Lock.
Okay.
Do we have like their occupations, like what they did in town, the ones that are missing?
You do, yeah. They weren't. None of them were like notable people, like store owners or anything. They were, farmers and just common people.
Okay.
I'm gonna sell my unused equipment, like the short bow that I don't need, short sword.
Sure, you can sell anything at half its market value. He doesn't have. Well, actually, he doesn't have any gold to offer you right now in exchange. Unfortunately, unless you, maybe if you're willing to buy something first. He's like looking pretty forlorn, outside of his business.
I'll exchange, like I'll trade him the short bow, long sword, and leather armor for studded armor. And that's, but I need to look up how much that actually costs.
Okay. His place is a mess, and he's looking a bit lost. They didn't. His place was just tossed. Like all of the stuff that was up on the walls is just like broken off their hangers and like scattered about the room. There might be some things missing, but not a whole lot as far as his inventory. But they did like go upstairs and like steal some of his like personal items, and I mean they don't have like a cash register or whatever, but they like busted into his strong box like upstairs and took his all of his money. He does say though, well, there's one thing I hadn't thought of, and he rushes back in. He's like, they must not have had any of their magically knowledgeable people in there. And he holds up. I'll have to randomly roll it. This is magical. This is not just a normal weapon.
Am I the only one talking to him right now?
Zashar and Jay are within earshot.
Damn it.
he like to all of you. He says, and I'm gonna randomly roll what it is. He says, if any of you are able to get any of my personal possessions back and return it to me, I would gladly give you this in exchange.
And it is a talking dagger.
What kind of weapon is it?
Let's take a look.
Since he has no money, if I trade him the short sword shirt for other armor, it actually equals studded armor.
Perfect. Yeah, he would happily accept that trade.
Okay.
He has a this is a small town weaponsmith. Okay. It's a +1 heavy crossbow.
Ooh.
That's for
And he's like, it's a little special though. It foes slain by this weapon are consumed in flames. It's a little it's a little over the top. It actually does. It only happens with the killing blow, but I don't know what the creator had in mind when they put that enchantment on it, but it is what it is.
That's pretty cool.
How about a shield? I noticed the other two warriors in our group both fight with one. How much would it be for a sturdy one? Something steel.
He like kind of does like a head gesture. He's like, "Go ahead and take one. Call it I mean, maybe call it insurance that you might be able to succeed in this mission."
technically only 10 gold, but
So are you sure? Where I come from, things aren't given free without ulterior motive. It seems odd to not pay for something at a shop.
Well, I'm feeling generous right now, but I mean, if you insist, I'll take your coin.
If it wasn't for us, there wouldn't be a shop left.
Indeed.
It kind of seems clear that Zashar maybe doesn't have an idea how much coins are worth, so he like picks out like 5 gold ones and 5 silver ones and like hands it over as if like, you know.
I'll make a perception check to see. Oh, I was gonna say I'll help him out.
Yeah,
Because
it's like
I noticed that. I noticed that he forgot as well.
he just doesn't really know what it's worth, you know.
Yeah, I actually don't know what they're.
It's 10 GP a shield.
10.
All shields. By the way, from a buckler to a tower shield, they're all just shields, and they're all worth just 10 gold.
Yeah. He accepts your 5.5, and he's like, "That's fair."
Just because I don't, yeah. But you get the idea that Zashar doesn't really have any idea what it's worth or what the coins are worth either.
Sure. He takes the 5.5, and he says that's fair. If you roll insight and roll high, you can tell in his voice that that's less than the value of it, but he's accepting that price.
I rolled lousy insight,
Okay.
even though I'm proficient.
All right.
My
Then
roll
you think
trash.
you think that he says it's a fair price, and that's what you think.
Okay, great.
So I guess it's about time for the. We've all finished our little side activities, so I guess it's about time to reconvene, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you all meet up and you can decide how you want to proceed. Oh, he does say that the prisoner that spoke up said that their camp is to the southeast, or is it southwest? He tells you what it actually is. Kind of in the foothills. And specifically, there is sort of a trail that leads there, and there's a like horseshoe-shaped canyon that the camp is in.
Okay, so
Did the armorer tell us what any of his stuff looks like?
As far as like,
Covering his personal possessions, but like we know what's his.
yeah, he mentions like a locket that has an inscription. I don't have it written or anything, but he gives you something that's identifying, and like he estimates how much coin was missing as well.
Okay.
He said it would have been like 300 gold, but you know, anything would be would be appreciated.
And on the topic of coin, like just to make sure we have it exactly, Escobart's offer was to give us, I think it was 200 gold each if we
250.
250
each.
250, and it was Nighthill who's a human, not Escobar. Escobar was like his captain of the guard, although it doesn't seem like he's an amazing fighter himself.
Oh, and okay, so Nighthill, but like what exactly was the obligation that he wanted us to do? Like we can't just go back and be like, yeah, the bandit camp's there, and then expect to get paid. Like he's gonna need some results.
He was hoping that you could somehow find a way to escape with the prisoners, or at least find out their fates if they were gone. But he'd also want to find out, like if you can find out who's like really behind this and what their intentions are. He'd love to know that so that they can spread that knowledge to the other towns in the region, or preferably inform some of the more the nations nearby that are more equipped to deal with these kind of large threats.
Great, that's perfect. And his name was not Greenhill.
Nighthill.
Nighthill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm sure all the party knows that now.
Tarba Nighthill.
Tarba. Okay.
Description of him, if you care. He's a older man in his like 60s, often wearing a blue tunic or blue reasonably high like society clothing. Long silver hair. Yeah, and he asked if there's any other gear or supplies that he could offer, just keeping in mind that they don't have much left, but certainly like regular adventuring gear, anything like that, he's happy to offer.
Do you have any?
What was that, Diabroth?
No.
Oh, sorry, I thought you talked. What did you say, Zashar, then?
Does it, we're getting the gold after the week, or is it like a upfront, like, hey?
Well, he says they made off with almost all of their gold. He's also at, if you find any, carts full of the, personal jewelry and, coin of town, and you're able to bring any of it back, he's like offering to basically take, portion of that. He has some little bit left in their coffers. He says it's enough to pay you even if you find nothing. But he'd hope that you'd be able to return some of their coins so that he's not completely depleting the town's treasury while they're also needing to work on repairs.
Alright.
Yeah, I want to ask him for like exotic fungi. Like, does he have any zirkwood spores or blue cap mushrooms? Like all the like things that they eat in the Underdark that he probably doesn't have.
He's never heard of those.
Zashar will look like disappointed.
Okay, I've summarized all this information and put it in the chat.
Excellent.
What about caltrops or venoms?
Venoms aren't going to be for sale in a town like this, my dear half-drow.
I mean, there's always a chance.
Down below.
Yeah, well, this world ain't like yours.
Let's see. The trader, the general goods trader. No, unfortunately, neither of those.
Yeah, caltrops are good for throwing off pursuers if we have to run away in a hurry.
You know, Zashar, where I come from, if somebody asked about buying those kinds of things in town, they'd probably end up in the stockade. Unless, of course, and like Imelda is like now like looking like intensely at Jay. Unless, of course, someone more powerful were able to get them out of trouble.
Ooh.
Really? Well, I appreciate that knowledge, my lady. I will keep that in mind as I travel the surface.
Another thing you can keep in mind is you don't need to call me my lady. Imelda is just fine.
Oh, sorry. It's a habit. He looks a little, a little embarrassed about it.
Okay. Wow. With that, do you want to set out?
I think I'm ready to hit the road.
Same.
I've definitely had enough of that small town.
I'm
Okay.
ready to hit the trails.
Okay. The Raider's path is incredibly easy to follow. You don't even need to roll for it. The grasslands of the area, it's soft earth, and they traveled in a large group. There's like obviously trampled down grass. It's it's hard to even like tell like numbers, like there's so many. What else? The you do, however, see. Does anyone want to roll survival, or do you just want to follow it as it is?
I'd like to roll survival. I mean, I'm not sure it could hurt.
Okay.
Not that I have a smattering of survival knowledge, but Imelda wasn't feeling. Imelda isn't feeling very much of a woodswoman today.
Okay.
I'll roll as well. Oh, 21. Shockingly.
Wow. And then I guess investigate actually would have once you find these, you maybe would an easy investigate along with it.
If you like, I'll do that investigate right now.
Sure, just in case you flub it.
Okay, that's better. So the Imelda's investigation roll was a 21.
So amongst the mix of boots and like small kind of talony kobold footprints are what you mostly see. There's also larger reptilian footprints, which you saw a few of the creatures that likely created those. One thing you notice is the ones heading towards the village were like less imprinted than the ones leaving, suggesting that they loaded up those creatures with to carry the heavy items out.
Well, that's good. That's good to know because that means if we follow those tracks, we'll probably find our way to the treasure.
It reminds me, we still didn't try eating one of those things.
There's two bodies.
I'm not that hungry, Zashar.
I'm fine with rations for now.
I'll stick with my veggies.
I haven't been terribly impressed with what passes for rations.
All I have is a stray meat.
I just noticed our chatter. Wow, Zaul bag. Who could that be?
I wonder who that could be.
Right, Locke really wants to roll a die here, so I think I've got to do a survival check or investigate.
Oh, right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guess investigate.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll it. Got a 9.
9. You finds a broken spear that seemed to have been discarded by one of the kobolds.
And a broken spear. That's cool. Yeah. Alright, thanks.
All right, so the trail heads south, and you travel about 10 to 12 miles before it kind of gets into a more rugged, like the grasslands transition into more like rugged. There's like steep rocky plateaus kind of take over from the rolling grassy hills. And you're definitely traveling away from civilization. There are like the occasional like stream and steep-sided gullies.
So we're looking for a horseshoe-shaped one. That's like the lead up to the to their base. It sounded like.
Yes.
Are we traveling during the day too?
You left. Yeah, you left probably like early afternoon. I'd say with all the preparations you were doing. Yeah, Shar, you may not be too comfortable about that, but the rest of the guys.
he can cope. He's just like he's got like a, you know, I would have wanted to buy a hat, like a very wide brimmed, like D'Artagnan style hat.
Noticing Zichar's discomfort in the daylight, I offer my flask, saying I've had a few of these mornings myself.
I'll say, and then smell it, and say, oh, well, when in Rome, I appreciate it, thank you. Or not when in Rome, I guess. When on the surface.
When in Waterdeep.
When on the surface. He says, and then after he takes a swig, he'll say, you must have had a hard life as well if you took the pact.
I have some fine clothes in my pack that
I did not have a hard life.
Then why? I said then why have you made such a dark? Or it's not a bark bargain. Excuse me. Why have you made such a dark bargain? He looks very surprised.
Well, long story short, my family was in ruin, and I thought I was helping, but things got complicated.
Well, at least you have a family to be thankful for. He hands back the flask and looks away crankily.
Careful you don't cut yourself on that edge.
I don't have much to say to that, so I take my own little small sip and put it away.
I pat Zashar on the back and say, I know what it's like to be an orphan. I was also an orphan. But I was found, and I follow the path of righteousness now. Makes me happy.
Those who found you, did they teach you how to fight?
Yeah. He was a great man. Officer Intenso was his name.
Zashar balls his fists, and you can see him trying not to. He doesn't say anything, but you can tell he's getting more and more angry.
Excuse me. I just.
His name Penso?
Yeah, he was a city officer in Baldur's Gate.
No, Waterdeep.
Waterdeep. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, Baldur's Gate. I may have known him.
No, it was Waterdeep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't train you, but he was the one that found you. Yes.
He did find me, and he brought me to the sanctuary, who taught me the ways of Tyr and how to be a justifiable human or dragonborn.
Diabroth, that's fascinating. How long ago do you think that was?
I'm only 15 years old, so it was 15 years ago, I suppose.
Would you be interested in hearing what happened to that man?
Yeah, I haven't seen him in many years. I have had interest in what has happened to him.
I'm afraid you're not going to have a chance.
Why?
Because he's dead. He was my father.
What?
No. This is terrible news.
The name sounds familiar, but I can't place where I've heard it.
How did it happen?
It was my daddy's last day before retirement. He was involved in a sting operation in Waterdeep, one of the few good cops in town. Things didn't go too well that day.
I have a look on my face of, oh, I hope they're not talking about who I think they're talking about.
What is it, a criminal that did him in, or someone else on the force?
Actually, it wasn't as bad as all that. It was just a completely ordinary bust. However, I have my suspicions. My dad was an honest cop, but not everybody in Waterdeep was too honest.
I knew him to be a good man.
Wait, who's saying that?
Diabroth.
Oh, good.
Jay's,
Sorry to hear he's passed.
he's
If
trying
you
to
could find
listen,
his
but
killers.
Wait, did Jay something?
yeah, Jay's trying to listen in, but acts like he's not listening in.
You can roll perception if you want, Imelda.
Yeah, I think I will.
Oh, me too. So does that mean we roll deception against his perception?
I mean, if you're trying to not sound like you're looking, I guess you'd roll stealth.
I mean,
Or
Imelda
deception.
rolls a 14 on her perception.
Or deception.
But
I got a 25 on stealth, so.
It's probably deception. This is more social than
Yeah,
hiding.
yeah.
well, let's let him use his great roll though.
Yeah.
Well, deception would still be a 19.
Yeah, still good.
So I'm not clued into that. In fact, you all get the sense that Imelda is like kind of like wrapped up in herself and kind of doesn't want to talk about this anymore. Enough talk. If you guys are really that interested in my father, I'll tell you a lot more about him. We've got a job to do right now. Let's focus on this road.
All right.
Agreed.
And it's about that time that you all see up ahead that the path kind of sinks down. There's a downward slope, and this is, you see it like a good mile away. You can tell there's like a rocky outcrop, kind of at this sunken area, and there is smoke coming out from some sort of fire at that point.
Guard yourselves, guys. There may be enemies ahead.
Alright. My longbow's ready. Arrows ready to go.
Zeal, how do you think about what do you think about scouting ahead a little bit? You seem to be the best at us at staying unseen.
I was just about to say that. I'll go take a look.
Okay. Give me a.
I don't see how anyone can be stealthy with this much light around.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there trees or?
There are you can see the smoke rising up, but you can't see a fire, you can't see any people because there are plenty of rocky, formations around. You definitely think you could easily kind of like hop from rock to rock and just peek around and make sure there's no like line of sight, because yeah, you're right, in bright light you'd be able to see a figure pretty easily, even if they're trying to stay low to the ground or whatever at quite a distance. But you could be careful to avoid if you get sight on any person to get as close as you can anyway without being in danger.
Okay. Well, I'll get as close as I can. I mean, do you need me to roll anything?
Yes, I do still want you to roll it because there's sound and just random chance that can come into play.
Stealth check. Here we go. Ooh, 26.
Okay.
All right, I'm back.
I don't have a specific map for this, by the way. We'll deal with it in our imagination unless it really is necessary. You are pretty easily able to get quite close within hearing range of a small group. There is a campfire set up with a bunch of human and kobolds When I say a bunch, it is four, four humans and 8 kobolds. They've made a little makeshift, not even a camp really. It looks like they don't have any like big sacks of backpacks or anything like that. It's just a small fire, which there's a couple hens. Looks like some kind of chicken roasting on the fire, and they're talking amongst themselves. You see their weapons are leaning against a rock, a good like 20 feet away from them, and they're mostly kind of joking and talking amongst themselves, not highly alert.
So does it look like there's any way to go around them?
Yes, you very easily you kind of like look at the surrounding area, because they're at the bottom of a depression in the earth. You think you could, and there's all this rocky outcrops are surrounding them. You think you could easily take a wide berth around them, and they would not see you.
Okay, well, I'll go back and inform the group that we can go around or we can engage.
Are we sure they were with the others?
They have kobolds with them.
That wasn't what I asked.
Well, they have kobolds with them. I'm gonna say yes.
Well, kobolds could be just random kobolds. You never
But they're
know.
also in the path.
I don't think there's much random right now.
Yeah. They're probably a rear guard. They don't know when to speak up on them.
So our question then is whether to try and take them by surprise and wipe them out, or to try and save our strength for something else more important. But we got to be sure that if we do get around them, they don't come and sandwich us in.
I think we need to eliminate them.
I agree. They're only a threat. They're a threat. Right now, they're a small threat.
But if Zeal's description was accurate, we might be able to sneak in and take their weapons and cause them to flee without a fight, or without much of one, anyways.
Yeah, but if they flee, they'll flee right back to their base, and they can probably get there faster than we can.
We can go around them. You guys can set up in between them while a couple of us.
We could surround them.
Yeah. What if we could?
I think that we should do that. There's too much risk otherwise of them, because if they alert their main forces, then we're gonna have to flee without accomplishing anything.
You're right.
Yeah, let's work to surround them.
I may not be as stealthy as Zeal, but I'm at least willing to give it a shot. I did escape from the Underdark, at least, so I know I'm at least decent at sneaking, moving without people noticing me. Out of character, it means I have proficiency, but I don't have a great score.
So you're gonna set this up here in just outside Greenest.
Yeah, we're just gonna do it. Yeah, just ignore the buildings. Yeah, give me like 3 to 5 minutes here, and I'll just take a quick short break, and I'll set this up.
Sure.
3 to 5 minutes.
Right.
So, Nick, we're gonna have to take over the stream at Mike's place, minus Mike, tomorrow.
He may have stepped away.
No, Nick Tramback. I forget there's 2 Nicks. I'm definitely like, that's definitely gonna bite me.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I didn't sign up for this.
I'm gonna have to try and write some more on the blog next week. I quit updating a chapter every week because there weren't enough readers. But I'm trying to write a sequel to like the first book, slowly, 1 week at a time. getting pretty good at recognizing the sound of someone taking a headset off, though. What are those for?
That's showing where their weapons are. The kobolds have their weapons on them because they're small. These four fools had left their like blades leaning against a rock, 10 feet away from them.
How careless.
Well, they probably aren't expecting any resistance.
All right. I too am going to run to the restroom really quick, but I got this should be all set. Oh, you guys are very small. Can I make these guys smaller? Yes, I can. Make this fire smaller too. Be right back.
All right, I'm back.
You didn't miss anything.
Didn't suspect I had.
Except that I mentioned that tomorrow we're going to have to run the stream from Mike's place without Mike.
Oh yeah.
But he showed me how to set it up, so we can still do the Xenogears thing.
Well, I think I've been thinking that I might join you. I mean, I've been going to the gym lately, and that's I don't consider that to be too high a risk, and I also don't consider it to be too high a risk to hang out with you guys.
With two of us, I mean, with just you and me, because Mike will be gone, it'll be fine. I don't think it'll be risky.
Yeah.
I've been hanging out with Mike there, and it's just we sit on opposite ends of the couch and don't touch each other, and it works fine.
Well, plus you're married. But yeah, I think I will join you. Although, what I think I'll do is I owe Mike about a case of cheap beer because of all the stuff I've been drinking. So I'll probably bring something for us to dip into, and we'll just leave the rest there for him.
That sounds appropriate.
That sounds good to me. And yeah, you guys are welcome to anything in the fridge. There's some other drinks and such as well. So.
Well, you're not gonna send the beer my way?
Yeah, it'll be there in.
Couple days, Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little warm when it gets there.
We'll make sure to drink all your Gumball Head and leave you the.
We'll leave you some like Bush Light. Actually, I like Bush.
That was my go-to cheap beer in college. Actually, was not Bush Light. It was regular Bush.
I like Bush too, but not the beer or the politician.
Oh.
All right, I need to cut the stream.
Like that'd be such a controversial opinion on the net.
Well, hey, we're trying to represent World Night Gaming here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Just put up a disclaimer, Mike, that smart remarks made in stream should not be taken to represent management's views.
Right. Yeah, I'm not worried. All right, so here's where we're at. These houses are just going to be rocks, essentially bigger rocks that you could easily hide behind. From the direction you're entering, this is as close as any of you could get without a stealth check. Those of you who feel confident in your stealth abilities could probably get to like the next outcrop. Like you feel like you'd be safe getting that close. But I'll just put you here as the like guaranteed safe distance.
Great.
I like guaranteed.
I'm definitely willing to make a stealth check. Like, I might not pull it off, but... You know,
Yeah, I'm ready to do it too.
Zashar is confident enough, even if I'm not.
Okay. Yeah, anyone who wants to get to the next outcrop, give me a stealth check and I'll move you closer.
Alright. Two.
Oh, I did great. I got a 21.
Yeah, and that's a 17 from Imelda.
Okay, so that's definitely good for Zashar and Imelda. Who else? Who else was rolling?
Jesus Christ.
How far away is the safe distance?
So you are currently at. If you were to pop out from these rocks, like you could get a line of sight on them from here, but you're choosing not to. But from behind the rocks, or let's say you did pop out, you're at 130 feet.
Well, I suppose I'll make that stealth check then.
And I
I got
mean,
a 6 on my stealth check.
a 6. Okay.
I got a 14.
Critical failures in stealth.
Yay, is the rogue failing the stealth?
I have 8 total, but I rolled a 1.
All right, so we're gonna put you two, Jay and Zeal, only halfway there. And this is where we're gonna have to roll initiative as the kobolds stop and turn your way and lock eyes with you.
So much for surrounding them.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to move fast.
All right, type your initiatives in chat.
I get an extra dash because of my level 2.
God damn it. Well, good stealth roll,
Yeah,
really bad initiative roll.
I'm the opposite. I have
What's
a
it?
initiative. Plus 3.
And by the way, for those of you in eyesight of the kobolds, you do identify 2 of them as those winged kobolds.
Well, I got longbow, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're within range.
All right.
Had some real mixed rolling today.
All right, Diabroth.
Yeah, natural 20.
All right. Let's see here. Ooh.
For that natural feel.
Great. So Jay's first, huh? Then Diabroth. Then Zeal. All close at the top. Man, Zeal, how does it feel? Failing the stealth and not being first in initiative?
Well, I'm not first, but I think I'm towards the top. Oh, damn, I'm third.
Then
The rogue anymore?
Imelda.
Fine. You know what? I'm just gonna go cleric. I'll just have cleric level 3.
All right, and between Zashar and Tars, who wants to go first?
Zashar, I'll give you the glory.
Okay, great. I'm closer in well, I guess we're at the same proximity, aren't we?
Should
I'll
be.
go
I
for it.
think I made that check.
Oh yeah, you actually you rolled stealth, didn't you, Tars?
Yeah, I rolled a 14.
Great. So you're actually a little ahead of you're close to Zashar.
We're both up there.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I'll give Zashar the glory to go first.
Thank you.
And Diabroth, you didn't try to roll stealth, did you?
No, I didn't even try.
Okay, great.
Wise move.
Great. All right. So Jay, you are up. You and the kobolds all put their hands towards their belt to pull out their weapons.
Okay, well, I'll take my longbow and I'll shoot at one of the winged guys.
Okay. They're at about 120 feet from you.
I think that's within range.
I think it is too.
Or wait, I can still move?
You can move first, yeah.
I'll move up to the next slash boulder.
Okay.
That's like super far away from that.
Yeah, longbows are 150. And 600 with
Well, that's 40.
How
So
many
you
feet does an inch equal to?
an inch is 10 feet.
Okay, got it.
I guess I might as well move up there.
Yep, that's 30 feet there, so you can fire from there.
And I'll take my shot.
Okay.
I got a 12.
12. Yeah, it just goes in between, like, his above his shoulder, but misses his wing.
Okay.
Then Diabroth.
Well, I'll move up 30 feet.
Okay.
I want
And
to.
turn on the microwave.
Yeah. Am I within range with my bow to hit any of the kobolds?
What kind of bow?
That's the one.
Yeah, you could hit any of them.
All right.
Okay.
You rolling to hit?
We lose him?
Oh, is he? Yeah, he's not in Discord.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Oh no! Oh my god!
All right, we'll come back to him because I'm sure it's not going to disrupt anything too much. Zeal.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna longbow wing guy.
Okay. Yeah, they're spread out enough that you have no problem picking off him anyway without any cover.
Hello.
Oh, hey.
Critical on the longbow.
You got a crit?
Yeah, I got a 20.
Oh my god. Hey, would you like... Oh, I didn't load it. Would you like to draw a card from the crit deck?
Okay, I guess.
But that's from Pathfinder.
It is. I can adapt whatever it says.
What's the crit deck say?
You severed a muscle. He also takes a whole bunch of dex and strength damage, but instead of doubling your normal damage, it's doubling your damage dice. It does normal, but that does some ability damage as well.
Do I have a choice? Well, I do 8 damage to him.
You do the sneak attack as well, though.
Oh,
shit.
he's not gonna survive.
I did 13 damage to him.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's not doubling.
Yeah, you definitely sever a muscle, as in, like, your blade,
Neck
like...
from his head.
No, it, like...
Arrow, rather.
Yeah. I mean, it goes into a nice meaty leg, like... Or meaty muscle, like into his leg, but it, like, rips... Like, you can see the bone from where it, like, passes completely through his leg, and he, like, flips forward and his chin smacks into the ground, and he's done. So that was the winged kobold. Then Diabroth were what was you were shooting as well. So
I'm gonna move. Then I'm gonna move my a little bit closer.
okay,
Hello, can you hear me?
yeah, we can hear you. So you can take your shot as well.
I know I missed. I rolled 11.
Were you shooting for a winged one or a regular one?
Whatever's closest.
The closest were regular ones, but yeah, 11 misses.
Yeah.
Then okay, kobolds are up. They snarl something in Draconic, and they all pull out slings and launch a bunch of stones at you. They say what you'd expect, intruder or not intruders, but someone sneaking up on us.
Creepers.
Creeper's gonna creep.
Let me double check how their ability works. Okay. Yeah, they will actually move closer. Somebody's breathing very loudly.
I think it's Frank.
I don't think so.
Well, your icon lights up when we hear it.
Yeah,
So.
every time I hear breathe it, start.
Then maybe it is me.
All right, the this kobold flies up in the air 30 feet. Wish I had an easy way to put things up in the air. And let's see. So they're going to launch slings. We got 6 sling bullets. What's the normal range on that? Sling is 30 feet for the first range increment. So all of them are going to roll at disadvantage. And they're going to... Let's do 2 each on Jay, Zeal, and Diabroth.
I'm at 15.
Okay, 15 for Zeal. Jay, what's your armor class now?
16 without the shield.
16 without the shield. You haven't drawn it yet. Oh yeah, because you have the bow out.
I took a shot with my bow.
Great. And Diabroth without your shield, presumably.
Yeah, 16.
All right, 16, 16, 15. Good enough. All right. All right. So attack number 1 on Diabroth. Again at disadvantage. Miss. 2 attacks on Zeal. Ooh. That's 1 hit. And 2 hits. Sorry, Zeal. On Jay. Miss. And a fumble.
Oh.
Hey.
Fumble there.
I'm testing my breathing sensibility.
Okay. So far, so good.
You also might have heard me flipping pages in the player's handbook.
Yes.
Fumble!
Which this should be flipped around.
Get ready to fumble!
And I may not use this all the time, but we'll see. We'll just try it out for a little bit.
Close to the ear.
So this is a range close to the ear. And this was oh no, sorry. This is the last kobold that I rolled for. He is deafened. Okay.
That's useless.
He smacks himself in his own ear with his rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be this guy. Is there an easy way to mark things? Color tint?
I don't think it could matter.
It won't matter. He'll be dead soon enough. I can't remember if deafen does anything. Probably just perception things, right? So.
I'll look it up. You keep going.
Okay.
Probably can't, hunt him, whatever, Imelda.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you probably can't viciously... Can you viciously mock something if they can't hear you?
No.
Aha.
Oh my gosh.
Well, maybe it could come into play. All right, damage on Zeal. You're hit with 2 sling stones. 1 does 6 damage, and the other does 5 damage.
What the hell? You're lucky I leveled up. I'm at 2.
Deafened, can't hear, and automatically fails any ability check that requires healing or hearing.
Okay.
But we can sneak up on him.
Yeah.
Until somebody succeeds on a medicine check for him. So yeah, if he's the last survivor and gets away... Okay, it doesn't matter. Alright. Sorry, I didn't roll anything for the flying kobold. He can attack. He wants to get it closer to you. You see, he's got like under one hand, he's got a little bit of a larger rock, but he's got another one open with his sling, and he will do. We'll say since he's like 30 feet up, he's got line of sight on those of you who are like further behind the rock. So maybe he'll shoot for Tars.
All right.
It'll still be disadvantaged because of the distance, though. He misses.
Armor class 12.
Yeah, you rolled a 2, so.
Okay.
It hits the rock boulder in the way. All right, so that's kobolds. Imelda.
Would I be able to sense that there's a fire and that there are 3 other people? I guess I would see the smoke, but would I know that there are 3 other people at that fire?
Yeah, Zeal informed you that there are 4 people around the fire, and did you tell him about their weapons and such as well?
Yeah, he did. Okay, so what I'm going to do is for now, I'm going to take a shot at the flying kobold because I can see it over the rim of the rock.
Yes.
This will be all right, that's a 21 to hit.
Easily hits, yep.
And that's 4 piercing damage to it.
Okay. Yeah.
That was the move, or that was the action. With a move, I'd like to try and sneak around, like going kind of north on this map.
Sure.
So going around, and so like I'm expecting the guys to rush at the party around, and I want to kind of circle clockwise and see if I can get behind them.
Sure. Okay. You could get out. You probably assume you don't want to be out in the open. Would you just want to get to like the edge of the rocks here?
Yeah, I want to get to the edge of the rocks to where I can observe them.
Okay. You move about 20 feet, and you can just see a couple of them. You can see like one of them, and you can't quite see the fire.
And they appear to be reacting to the kobolds.
Yeah, they're all like sitting down at the moment and just like looking over, towards where the kobolds are.
Okay, great. That's Imelda.
Okay. And you said how much damage was it? 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't roll so hot.
Okay. In that case, the folks around the fire are up. They're like, what? Hey, are you telling me someone was able to sneak up on us? And they bolt up and run over towards their weapons, which, let's see, if standing up is half their movement, so they can move another 15 feet, so they can move 1.5 inches only. So yeah, they're not getting to their weapons this round. Oh, sorry, I guess they would take the dash action, so then they would move
an additional 30.
An additional 30, yeah. So I guess probably most of them will get there. This guy does. And then they can interact with object and get their weapons. This guy could
They can only interact with one object. So they can't dual wield or pick up a shield if they fight that way.
Sure. There's only 4 blades there. So this guy can move 4.5. Okay, so this guy, I mean, I guess he's still 5 feet away. So there's one guy that doesn't have his weapon yet. The other 3 are able to pick up their blades. That is them. So Zashar.
I'm gonna move up here where Imelda is. If I move 30, just kind of around there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to Eldritch Blast this nearest guy with his weapon.
Okay.
And I'm gonna yell at him that I don't know, something insulting like leave the kobolds to fight the others, but you pale-skinned weaklings are for me.
Zashar, I thought you knew how to sneak.
I do, but I'm not doing that right now. I'm calling him out.
Nice.
Anyways, I rolled an 18 on the die, so it's like a 23 to blast him.
Yeah, easily.
And that deals only 2 damage.
Okay.
And then as my
glancing blow.
Well, as my bonus action, I'm going to enter a rage because I'm out in the relative open where he can see me and hopefully drawing attention to myself.
Whoa.
Raging Warlock.
Yep. So I can't cast any more spells, but I do have damage reduction. And
Oh, he just got so mad.
I'm itching for a melee fight. I'm gonna go try and fight him next time.
His muscles are popping.
All right, and holding up the rear, Tars.
I should be able to move about as far as the Shard did, yes?
Yeah. If you want to go that direction, sure.
I'm going to go that direction, and I'm going to cast an Eldritch Blast on the same guy.
Yes.
Hopefully you can do more than 2 damage.
21 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
And how does 10 damage sound? Wait, is it plus 3 or is it? Yeah, it's plus 3.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You're adding your charisma now, right?
Yes, I add my charisma to the damage. So.
Yeah, that's too good.
Yeah, that guy is out.
5 temporary hit points to me.
Nice.
That's right.
All right.
I could use those.
Well, we're back to the top with Jay.
Okay. Well, I will advance and take some cover there on the house boulder.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'll take another shot at the flying guy.
Okay. Yep, you can get a shot on him.
Ugh. 6.
No.
Oh.
All right, so the nearest kobold from where you took cover is he's 35 feet away. So yeah, they're not in range to move and attack you yet.
It's like I planned it.
Diabroth.
I will move up another 30 feet. And take a shot at the flying kobold with my bow.
Okay.
20 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Okay. 3 damage.
3.
And he had already taken the 4 from
And
me,
you'd
right?
already taken 4. Okay, it falls out of the sky.
Okay, good. I was gonna be like, I think they're 8.
That was exactly enough. It has 7 hit points.
Nice.
Okay. Do you want to keep your bow in hand or not?
I do not. I will equip my shield.
Okay, so you drop the bow and you draw your shield. Great.
Yep.
Zeal.
I shoot. I think these are all full up right now, right?
As far as you believe, yes.
Alright, I'll shoot that one.
Okay.
Well, I don't think it hits with a 7.
No.
And then, let's see. I'm kind of hurt, so I'm gonna fall back a little bit.
All right.
You're not going to get behind cover?
Get behind me.
All right. Probably a good
I
move. All right. Kobolds are up. And they drop their slings and draw their melee weapons, and they're going to dash and try and surround you guys. So they're not attacking, they are just rushing in. So they can move up to 6 inches. And they take like a wide path and try and like surround you guys as much as possible.
Gold.
I guess that's kind of doable.
Oh, I think they're getting ready to eat lightning.
Or my daggers.
I don't want to waste my lightning breath on these weaklings.
I think we might have a time for a little rest after this. I need it.
I can heal you.
I think this one maybe would have. So there's 2 on Jay. All right, that's how they end up. All right, that's kobolds. Imelda.
Sensing that the elf has just wrecked my plan, I'm going to step 25 feet closer to the kobolds.
Okay.
So I want to be not like just so that I'm sort of shy of 30 feet of any of them.
Sure. Okay.
So that's something like that would be good.
Well, 30 feet would get them to halfway there.
Oh, okay. I'll settle for where you place me then.
Okay.
I can deal with that. And I'm going to vicious mockery one of the ones who is attacking Zeal.
Okay.
So he will make a wisdom save DC 13.
Okay. He will fail.
Great. That's only 1 point of psychic damage, but his next attack is at disadvantage.
Okay. We'll say it was this guy in back.
Great.
Where's the death one?
I lost track. Sorry.
It wasn't that one.
It wasn't that one because it was the one furthest back among them. I think it's one of the ones that's ganging up on the warlock right now.
Yeah, I suppose I could have chosen a different character model for one of those, but yeah, we'll say it's this one. Let's see, 5. Okay, great. So moving on, the dudes are up. They've got, well,
A long way to run.
yeah, so they're gonna dash obviously as well. This guy has to move 5 feet this way, interact to pick up his weapon, and then he can move from, well, just drop him there, and then he can move 5.5 inches this way. This guy can move 6 inches this way.
Perfect.
This guy can move 6 inches this way.
Perfect. That's what I was hoping I would do.
Their plan was perfect. I don't know what could have gone wrong for them here. So Zashar.
I'm gonna run up and smack one.
Oh.
All right.
Go run. Yeah. And then I guess I don't get any attack bonus while raging, but I still rolled well. I got a 20 total.
Oh yeah, these guys are just wearing leather armor.
Great. So it deals D8 plus 5. So I get 2 plus 2 for raging.
Ooh.
So 10 damage.
Oh, felled with a single blow. You've never felt this kind of power in your life.
Oh, it feels so good, and that's also some temporary hit points for me as well.
That's actually a really good skill to be Warlock Barbarian.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was the whole point. And it felt, you can tell that the Zashar feels validated.
I can be a sneaky clearer. I want to do.
All right, Tars.
Yeah, gonna target the. Well, wait. Let me target the one to Zashar's right.
Good. Yeah, you don't have a clear shot on the other one, so.
Okay, that's perfect then. 23.
Yeah, square in like on the sternum.
11 damage. Sorry.
Oh, one more than Zashar's blade.
Maybe you should have stayed a warlock.
Do you want to move?
I'll move up a little bit, kind of hugging the rocks,
Great.
so I can get at least a view of what's coming.
Very good. Back to the top, Jay. Uh-oh, is he not in he's not in Discord.
It's weird. I see him in Discord.
Yeah, I see Jay right there.
Oh yeah, but he's not. Oh yeah, there he is. Never mind. I missed him. But Nick, are you there? Is he lighting up?
No.
Oh, he's typing. He can hear us. You want to drop out of Discord and pop back in?
I gotta drop into the bathroom. I'll be back in a moment.
Thanks.
Mute your mic, Frank.
You don't want to hear tinkles?
Yeah, we still don't hear you. Do you want to type what you're doing, or I would disconnect from the voice channel and pop back in. See if that works. Attack the non-deaf one. Okay. That'd be that guy. The one who's not bleeding out of his ear.
Oh.
24. Yeah. You double hit him. Not really, but you doubled his armor class. 6 damage. He's gone. All right. Diabroth.
I will pull up my warhammer and swing at the kobold to my left.
Okay.
Team.
14 hits.
Yeah, 14. 11 damage.
He is double dead.
Zah.
Do you want to move?
Can I move without being attacked by that kobold? Or?
Not if you leave their threatened range.
Am I within 5 feet of Shar?
You mean Zeal? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. He moved right behind you.
Okay.
That means I get sneak attack.
Yeah, I'm good here.
Okay.
You can smite now, can't you, Diabroth?
Yeah, it takes a spell.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm suggesting you smite these small fry, but I just wanted to verify that.
Oh yeah.
All right, Zeal.
Okay. No, actually, this guy needs to go. Crap, he's not within 5 feet, is he?
But he has disadvantage on you.
Oh yeah, the one in the one in back does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that one has disadvantage, so I'm going to attack this guy because I can get sneak attack damage.
Yep.
With that.
Yes, you can.
And I got a 19 for my hit.
Definitely hits.
Yeah.
I think your min damage will kill him.
6 plus 9 damage.
Gone.
My min damage is 5, so I could have gotten a bad roll.
All right.
Oh wait. I have dual daggers. I need to roll for the other one, don't I?
Yeah, as a bonus action, you can make another attack.
Yeah. Got 20 on that roll. Well, not an unnatural 20.
How unnatural. Roll damage. No sneak attack, though.
Okay, here we go. With sneak attack or without?
No sneak attack.
Okay, 7. I rolled a 4 plus 3.
Seems you're out of danger.
Nice.
All right. And do you want to move?
trying to think. Can I? I don't have any more bonus actions. I was like, maybe I could do help on him to distract the kobold, but no, I'm gonna run over here and hopefully not die.
Okay. Probably smart. Okay. Great. The deaf kobold is oblivious to all of his allies dying, so he's going to still attack Jay. But this one, seeing the tides having turned, he's going to try and dash, actually. So Diabroth, you can make an attack on him.
And I will. I miss. 8.
All right. He takes off 6 inches towards away from you guys.
Shit.
I can still shoot him with a. Oh no, I did not drop it. So.
Well,
Did
you're
you
using
not?
your daggers though.
I know, but I'd have to switch.
Yeah. You probably did drop it because you shot an arrow first, and then you had your daggers out like the next turn. So,
Is he within 120 of Tars? Maybe Tars can get him.
well, you guys would have to alert each other of that. First,
Yeah.
there's a dagger attack on Jay that 16 armor class misses by 1. A shame. Hey, we can hear you again.
It's magic.
Well, and Imelda's up.
Okay, I'm gonna ignoring the deaf one. I'm gonna shout to the rest of the party. One of these guys is getting away, and then I'm gonna try and I'm gonna move 30 feet. So
Towards the kobold?
yeah, towards the kobold, so that I don't want to be in the threat range of that other one.
Sure.
But I'll just attack with my short bow, and I think 80 feet is I must be within 80 feet of him, right?
Yep, 70.
Great. This will be a +4 to hit. Oh boy, I rolled a natural 1.
Dun, dun, dun. I know you're rather dubious of this deck. Hopefully nothing too horrible.
DM makes the rules. Do what you got to do.
All right. Double miss. You used twice as much ammunition on this attack.
Oh, big deal.
You pulled one out.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. All right, that is that. The remaining guy looks. I mean, he looks like for a second he's going to consider running, but just seeing like if you rolled insight, he what goes through his mind is he doesn't think he'll be able to outrun you with that look in your eyes.
Right. Bring it on.
So he's going to make an attack. What's your armor class?
It's 14.
Natural 20.
It's all right. I'm still taking half damage.
Okay. All right. Let's take a look at what he does.
And I have 4 temporary hit points too.
This is that's hard to read. This is a melee, right? No, it's a slashing. So that's this one. Paper cut, normal damage. But you get -4 to attack rolls and ability checks for a certain amount of time.
Whoa, -4 is huge. That's bad.
Yeah, and it's for 4 rounds.
Whoa.
He does normal damage, so let me roll that. He's got a scimitar. That is 6 damage, so you take 3.
Alright, so I don't even lose my temporaries. I'm still at 1 above the normal. At 18, when my max is 17.
Alright, he's slightly emboldened by his successful round. And you're up.
Well, then I'm going to smack him back. I don't care about a -4.
All right.
I mean, I do, but still. That's not going to do it. I got a total of 7.
Okay.
No. But I'm going to yell, leave this fool to me. Go after the one that's fleeing.
Okay. Well, Tars.
Are such tactical thoughts really what a raging barbarian would say?
No, he's not. It's not tactical. It's he wants to fight this guy one-on-one. That's totally raging barbarian.
It is, I would say. Yeah. All right, Tars, you're up. What do you do?
Maybe it's don't interfere with my fight, but you know. Hear some other creepy sounds.
Ugh. Sorry, Brunson mentioned.
Yeah, we're missing him.
Yeah, his Wi-Fi went out. He says he'll be right back.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Well, I think I know what the next person would be doing, which is Jay. So why don't you take your turn?
Jay, smack that.
Oh, here he is.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Okay.
My Wi-Fi dropped. Sorry about that.
Good. It's your turn. Zashar like growled back at you like leave this one to me. You go deal with the one that's fleeing.
All right. Can I get within range of him with a 30-foot?
Let's take a look. So if you move to there, you would be 85 feet. Easy.
Oh yeah. I think I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just do Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
17.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh shit. 9 damage.
It's just a regular kobold. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He's done. He's gone.
I was gonna make a move and throw a dagger if I had to.
All right, and
That's
then
King Warlock.
nicely done.
Thank you. It feels good to be useful.
All right, and then it's Jay. Jay and the deaf kobold.
Only the deaf kobold is near me?
Yeah.
No. Can I disarm him?
Yeah. Yeah. So disarming. What did I say was going to be the rules for that?
Yeah. That'll be a good plan.
So disarm. You make an athletics check versus his acrobatics. If you succeed, you can disarm him.
Alright, let's do it.
Okay.
Got a 22.
He does a decent job of trying to defend himself, but you have him outmatched. The dagger goes flying from his hand. He had dropped his sling before. He has no weapons.
Weapons and he can't hear anything.
Well, we'll see how he reacts. Diabroth is up.
I'll take out my shield, but I don't think I have it out yet.
Okay, great.
Well, I want to get up behind that kobold and grapple him.
Great. You can make athletics.
Uh, 11.
He rolled a natural 1.
Oh.
He's kicking and screaming, but you just you shove him to the ground and like pull his arms behind his back.
I whisper in Draconic, "You're really fucked now."
He doesn't hear you.
You can't hear me right now.
Well, I'm sure he knows he's screwed.
He just sees your dragon out next to his face.
Zeal. Yeah, you can at least watch what's happening.
Yeah, I could throw a dagger with disadvantage.
Zashar would be pissed. Do you really? But yeah, you can.
I know, but I don't want a 9 from a lucky hit, so I'm throwing one of my daggers with disadvantage. Ah, son of a fucking 8! I rolled a 1 and a 2!
Oh my god.
That sounds like a fumble.
Wow. Well,
If I kill myself, I'm rolling a new character.
so that is, we're going to say that's a ranged attack, or I guess it's kind of almost like a melee. Let's see. Reroll attack against the creature nearest the target.
Oh no! I told you not to interfere.
So you re-roll your attack, but it's still at disadvantage against Zashar.
me then.
Roll damage.
Oh no.
Do I make you roll sneak attack on it as well? No.
No.
We'll say no.
Well, luckily I rolled a 1, so 4.
But I only take half, so it's 2. Because I have damage resistance while raging.
Okay.
And then with my bonus action, I'm gonna dash your leg.
Okay.
I can get that cunning action, so I'm gonna roll it.
Okay, Zashar, you're hit with a dagger in your back. You glance behind you, and you don't see where it came from.
Alright, I'm not worried about it. We'll have words later.
Well, before we get back to you, the kobold's up. It's not even trying to get away. It's like in Draconic, it's like pleading out with you. It's like, spare me, please. And
I guess
Imelda
Imelda wouldn't even know that he's I guess she both Diabroth closer and he speaks Draconic too, so never mind.
Mm-hmm. Well, Imelda, you would be up if you wanted to do anything.
I'll just assist him in tying this guy up.
Great.
I can at least do that while Diabroth sits on his back.
Great.
Or whatever.
Back to this guy. He's maybe even more emboldened now, seeing that a unknown ally joined the battle. He hits you for a 3 damage would get halved to 1, right? Is it rounded down?
Alright.
Is it really rounded down?
I don't know.
You tell me.
Maybe someone else can look that up for me. But you can take your turn.
Alright, well, I'm gonna circle him as fighters do it. I'm gonna try and stay calm for a few seconds and not do very well, but I'll circle him.
Okay.
Be on the other side, and then I'll attack him from the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, it is rounded down.
Okay.
I got a total of 17, because it's -4, right?
It is -4, yeah.
But I got a 16 on the die, so +1 is 17.
You got him.
Good. And I deal, minimum damage of 6.
Okay, this guy hadn't been injured yet, so he's
That's
still
right.
up.
No,
He's got a chance!
he's got a chance.
Tars?
Well, is there still a kobold standing that I see?
No, he's on the ground, restrained by 3
Okay.
people.
Well, in that case,
You dare attack the deaf kobold.
no, I won't attack the deaf kobold. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back the way I came,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take a ready action to cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay, on what condition? Like,
If Frank doesn't kill him.
okay, very good. Okay, I assume the rest of you are just going to spend your actions restraining this kobold. So we'll get back to the guy. He's like kind of mimic your actions and circle you back this way a little bit, and what your iron class like 14 or something?
It's 14.
Gets you again. For 6, so you take another 3.
Okay.
And then it's you.
Alright. I miss him.
Oh
How long is
no!
this- Yeah, how long does this -4 last? A long time, right?
It was 4 rounds. I think that was maybe the 3rd round, so probably 1 more round. The next round you'll still be at it.
Yeah, well, I got a total of 7.
Okay.
-4.
No luck, Tars. I mean, he's still fighting, but he's got what? You've gotten hit like 3 or 4 times.
He looks like he's about to die, I'm assuming.
And since you're not wearing any armor, like you can see bleeding wounds like on his back and like chest.
Dagger sticking out his
And a
back.
dagger that maybe is still sticking in his back.
Yeah, it, I don't care what Zashar's pride says. He's getting some assistance here.
Okay.
Good. Although he'll be mad about it.
18.
Yep.
Oh, 5 damage.
That's enough. He was already injured.
Before all that ends, I'm gonna run up and take that cobalt dagger, so it looks like I still have 2 daggers.
I'm going to shout out, "Good job, Zashar."
I'm gonna shout back, I could have taken him.
You did.
Okay.
Zashar is still like mad and like flailing his sword around in like anger.
So everybody around the kobold sees Zeal pick up the kobold's dagger, but none of you knew about the dagger at least not yet, about the dagger in Zashar's back.
You need another dagger then, huh?
Yeah, well, I can pick them all up if they all had daggers.
Okay, so at this time, I think it's time for us to, like, we should be either aware that he is deaf, or we should be starting to suspect something, maybe?
Yeah, like, I mean, yeah, I guess he's deaf, right? It says until he gets a medicine check, right? But yeah, he doesn't seem to be, like, responding to your questions exactly.
Well, the gigantic trail of blood out of one ear could have something to do with it, so I think I will do a medicine check just so we can communicate.
Okay.
Imelda wasn't very good at medicine, though. That's only a 9.
Okay. Not good enough. He is still deaf.
I'll do
Oh, God, I can't leave.
13.
13, it's DC 15 for this.
I got a 16 plus whatever the hell I get a plus with medicine.
I got a 14.
Okay, yeah, between all of your
I got 16,
menstruations, is that the word?
Yeah, it is.
You're able to unclog the blood in his ear, and he's like, please, anything.
Listen, chump. You just had the luckiest day of your life, not dying like your friends. Now you're going to tell us everything about your allies who are over there, and then maybe if we're feeling lucky, we won't kill you.
Zasar is going to take out his frustration by taking some of the swords that belong to the enemies and pounding them against the rocks so that they're like dull and useless.
Do you need this to be an intimidation roll, Mike?
Oh yeah.
Great. That'll be a 20. That'll be a 24.
Yeah, this, given the circumstances, was like DC 5. He's like, I tell you everything. We fell behind the main group to stop to eat. We were hungry, and Dragon Lady asked us to go get shinies from the people. That's everything.
What people?
The town people.
You clearly didn't understand what I'm talking about, and I say this in Draconic. So I'm going to say, like, where are they camped out, and who are those other people here, and spit it up.
What do they do with the prisoners?
They're with he says they're with the rest. They went this way. Just a few more miles in the canyon.
Well, you're going to show us exactly how to get there.
Ah!
Can I take a short rest? I'm laying on the ground.
Yeah. Let's take a short rest here. Don't you think so, guys?
No,
Yeah.
I think we need to hurry to catch up with them.
You look like you need more rest than I do.
I'm just sort of like, the time is of the essence. Like I don't have time for this. I'm worried about them getting away.
Well, if they're going to go to a camp, I don't think they're going to be going.
I'm worried about my own self.
He's like, please, I do have something you want to know. Will you promise to release me? I'll run away. I won't go back to them.
We'll think about it.
I'm gonna roll.
Depends on the importance of your information.
I want to roll a deception check and say yes, but
Okay.
not me.
All right. He says,
Got a 19.
He says they were this group is not a rear guard. They were just stragglers that were tired and hungry. But the raiders do have a rear guard, and he tells you exactly where they're camped. But he says like if you took and he explains the route, you could bypass them completely. But because if you were to take them out, they report in regularly with the main group, and if they didn't report in, the group would get suspicious and know they've been followed.
That's good for me.
That actually is pretty good information, but I think that we should let this chump cool his heels here, and it's tied up, and then maybe if we feel like it on the way out, we can free him.
All right, you guys can think about that in between this week and next. I think we'll end there.
Oh yeah, it's getting to be time.
That's awesome.
It's a good one. Also,
Oh, we're
I
gonna
might-
get free from the last one because we might level up.
It could happen.
We're not gonna get to that level. I don't think.
From this little
No.
encounter, probably not. Well, actually, sorry, you did do the duel, and there's probably some experience associated with that. I'll have to double check.
Diabroth.
Really?
Diabroth will probably
It
get some
may have
bonus.
seemed like I took a lot of hits, but I only took a total of 5 damage from all of that.
Oh,
Yeah, Zashar is the only one who really got damaged.
I'm almost dead.
I'm at full.
Do you say that as an insult towards Zeal, or disregarding him?
Oh, sorry, not Zashar. I meant to say Zio.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah, I actually didn't get hurt very much.
I'm sorry. You guys are right next. Your names are right next to each other, and they're both like X and D, and so I can tell.
my face is completely covered because they hit me in the face with rocks.
Well, how long is a short rest by the rules? Is that do you consider that might be 1 hour? Oh, that is quite a long time. Maybe
About
we
an
should use
hour.
One of these many healing potions we got.
Well, they have a camp, and there is really only like one way out of the canyon. So, like, if they left, you would know. Most likely.
I still want to make sure we avoid that rear guard.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I can cast Cure Wounds. I can also
You can lay on
lay on
hands,
hands. I have 9 more HP in my pool.
And,
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
How far are you down?
11.
right? That's probably worth a
I'll
potion.
rest and I can get a 2d8 back. Or 1d8. Plus
Hmm.
0.
Why don't you guys make that decision next week?
Yeah.
Alright.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Good
Great.
session, and
That
I'm
was a lot of
gonna.
fun.
I will
Yeah,
highlight
fine.
this on the Twitch stream, so if you want to go back and watch any of these, they should be saved on the channel. And I'll paste that link and pin it in Discord as well.
We had some very funny action this time, guys.
Yeah, some good RP.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is good stuff. This is fun.
Awesome. All right.
I gotta be careful not to make too many in jokes on stream.
No, bring them on.
Like about being so hungry that someone's gonna get it.
It's still funny.
Were we?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe we weren't.
All right, I'm cutting the stream.
Excellent. All
right
right.
now.
Everyone.